Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Wardana Awahidin.
My name is Viano King Marioloso.
Hi, my name is Lia Janati Khairunisa.
Hello, my name is Paul Tapar Panjaitan.
Hello, my name is Aditya Mahardika Ginting.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Bainullah.
And today we would like to talk about three topics of material. The first one is about adjective clause. The second one is about reduced adjective clause. And the third one, we would like to do some exercises in the end. The first part, sentences with adjective clause. Understanding adjective clause. An adjective clause, also called a relative clause, is a group of words that modify or describe a noun. Remember that adjective clauses contain a subject and a verb. Begin with a connector. You may use who, whom, whose, that, which, and are dependent clauses, which mean that they can't stand alone because they have no meaning without an independent main clause. And then let's talk about the example. There's two parts of the dances in here. The first one is she is the woman. The second part is who works at the bakery. The first part is as an independent clause, and the second part is as an adjective clause. If you look only at the second part, there is no meaning of that. So that's why adjective clause is a dependent clauses. Another example that we can see in here is the girl who is standing by the table is my sister. If you look at the sentences, there is a connector who, and then the red zone is the adjective clause.
I will give you some examples, but pay attention. In the first sentence, the watch that was found in the lobby belongs to Lily. In the sentence, there is a connector that can indicate an adjective clause. So, that was found in the lobby is the adjective clause. Now, look at the second sentence. We live in large cities is an adjective clause. This part describes the people in front of it. In the third sentence, we immediately know who is a business teacher is the adjective clause because it describes character of Lee Davis that is in front of him.
Hello, now you're with me, Leah, and I will explain to you how to identify and make a sentence with reduced adjective clause. After we understand how to identify the adjective clause, we will move on to part 2, namely sentence with reduced adjective clause. I will start my explanation with the following table. Left side, there is a sentence with an adjective clause, and on the right side, there is a sentence with a reduced adjective clause. Let's see the difference. Please read. On the left, the clause in bold is composed of the connector and the verb next to it. Meanwhile, on the right, the clause in bold contains neither the connector nor the to be. You can pause for a moment to pay attention to the structure of the sentence. From this, we know that in the reduced adjective clause, there are sentences that are reduced. So, here I will describe to you how to make a sentence with a reduced adjective clause. First, omit the relative pronoun, for example, who, the, which of the adjective clause. Second, omit the form of the verb if there is one. Then, change the verb to its present participle form that is verb ing for the adjective voice, or leave it as the past participle that is verb 3 for the passive voice. Sometimes after the leading be there is no verb.
Okay, I will clarify with this example sentence. The boy who is sleeping under a tree is my friend. Which is the adjective clause? Look for the connector first to look for the adjective clause. If we look here, there is the word who, which is a marker. That's right. I will box the adjective clause. Because here, who is the connector, which is also the second sentence, is indicate the clause, the nature of the subject in the front of it. We can do the third sentence with the same thing. I don't know the woman who is standing in front of us. Here, who is standing is the adjective clause. Okay? This is an adjective clause sentence that has not been reduced. Now, how do you reduce the sentence? First, remove the connector, then remove the be shape if there is. So, this is how it works. So, the be form here has is, was, and is. Okay, then we remove be, the form, and the connector. Who is removed? Which was removed? And who is also removed? And the sentence form after being reduced changed to the first sentence I wrote under their respective sentence.
Remember that only sentence with a verb immediately after the adjective pronoun can be reduced. If there is a subject after the relative pronoun or after the word who, which, or that, the clause cannot be reduced. We will see just 3 sentences. Please pause and focus on the third sentence. In the sentence, the adjective clause reads that you watch now. The word you is the subject in the clause, so it cannot be reduced. Another note, change the verb to its present participle form or verb ing for the active voice, or leave it as the past participle or verb 3 for the passive voice. Please pause first to understand. In the sentence, the students who bring dictionary can translate this article. Bring is the active voice, so in the sentence we change the adjective to bring dictionary. There must be a verb ing form because it an active voice.
Okay, we continue to the third part, correct and incorrect. Number 1, it's incorrect. You know why? Because the substitute clause used sat in the park. We know that children sit in the park. That word sit here is an active sentence because it's an active sentence. It's supposed to be ing. So it will sound like the children sitting in the park feels really happy. And then number 2, we have to return the novel borrowed yesterday to the library. Word borrowed, it's an active or passive. Borrowed is passive, so it's correct to use verb 3. And then number 3, the student who write in assignment are really diligent. And now we will which one is the substitute clause of this sentence. I already put underline of it. In this case, if there are reduced, it's meant we remove the connector. So it will sound like the students write in assignment very diligent. And number 4, also the same case, just like number 1. It's incorrect because it's passive, not active sentence.